can talk about it. Hey, so I think Donald Trump just actually fucked himself. Yeah, I think Donald Trump may have actually done like a serious boo-boo. And like, this stuff has happened in the past, but I'm not on Truth Social, but this was going around Twitter and I saw it. I'm just going to read the thread to you, and I want you to just see what happens here. I'm not going to give it away, but it should be, I think, by the third one down, fourth one. Yeah. We should have this. So Donald Trump, they've been tweeting through it. You know what I mean? The midterms didn't go well for the Republicans. Didn't go well for Donald Trump, as it shouldn't. Yes, I am new to Truth Social. I'm not going to be signing up, however. I'm just going to be perusing. I'm just stopping by. This is like when these things are like when you're at the like Target and someone comes by, hey, do you need any help? And you're like, no, it's Target. I'm just going to go look at the frames, dude. I don't need you for this. I know that I can sign up. I've been on the internet before. There's a button right here, dude. It's right here. Man, they really want your business. Anyway, Donald Trump, Truth Socialed or whatever. He truthed it. Retruth. It literally is a truth. Reply, retruth, like, just a regular like. Okay, likes are fine, but you got to retruth it. So this is just you're sharing your truth. Very woke. Real Donald Trump. This is his real verified Twitter account. I can't believe it, but Truth Social probably has a better verification process than Twitter. Now that midterms are over, I'm not going to do my Trump. I'm not good at it. Now that midterms are over, and a success, you say. Stinky boosh! Thanks for the prime. Appreciate you. 34 of them. News Corp, which is Fox, the Wall Street Journal, and the no longer great New York Post, bring back call, I don't know who that is, don't care, is all in for Governor Ron DeSanctimonious, an average Republican governor with great public relations, who didn't have to close up his state, but did, unlike other Republican governors, whose overall numbers for a Republican were just average, middle of the pack, including COVID, and who has the advantage of sunshine. So Donald Trump, I'll translate Donald Trump for you. He called Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, called him mid. He's like, Ron's mid. I'm real Trump, okay? That's Trump diet. You don't want that. That's zero sugar Trump, and that's not good. He thinks he's so clever. Yeah, Ron DeSanctimonious. I mean, anytime someone does this shit, this is always cringe to me. I see people. Usually it was atheists back in the day. They would be like, fucking religitards or something like that. That shit is always cringe to me. It's always, you can go back to me in like 2015 and I will have the same take. I'll be like, dudes that do that are fucking lame to me. It's a pun. It's bad. It's always been that. I think Donald Trump gets to do it though. However, even though he sucks, like obviously, boo Trump, but he's the only one that gets to do this. It's kind of like how the guy from Blink-182 is the only one allowed to sing like that. And the other ones that try, they shouldn't have your respect. Donald Trump says that Florida, where people from badly run states up the north would go no matter who the governor was, just like I did. This is part of the reason I think Florida did so poorly in the election from our perspective, is because dudes just wanted to move to Florida to be with their red bros. And instead they just fucked the electoral college. Also, they died from COVID. Ron DeSantis came to me in desperate shape in 2017. He was politically dead, losing in a landslide to a very good agriculture commissioner, Adam Putnam, who was loaded up with cash and had great poll numbers. Ron had low approval, bad polls, and no money. But he said that if I would endorse him with a capital E, he could win. I didn't know Adam, so I said, let's give it a shot, Ron. I love the idea that if you just suck a little dick, Donald Trump's willing to just like, sure, I'll back you. This is, by the way, I know that they make Donald, they do the whole Donald Trump is, real, he's a deal maker or whatever. I'm going to be honest, the dude seems like if you tell him good stuff, he'll give you money.
I hope you have
Purple Nickel, thanks so much for the 18 months. I appreciate you. Isn't that the vibe you get? And that's why you see so many fucking grifters on the right, by the way. Oh, you guys don't get that screen. Also, you can read it better here. There's so many grifters in the MAGA sphere because Donald Trump literally will give them money if they say nice stuff. Like, this is no small part why, like, all these dudes have the same Trump worship. It's not really worship. Anyway, he thinks it is. I mean, the normies definitely are, for the record. The normies are definitely worshiping him. I just don't think corporate dudes worship this guy. I think they want his cash, and they're sycophants. When I endorsed him, Ron DeSantis, it was tough, to use a bad term. A nuclear weapon went off. Years later, they were the exact same words that Adam Putnam used in describing Ron's endorsement. He said, "I went from having it made with no competition to immediately getting absolutely clobbered after your endorsement." He said that. And then got Ron by the star of the Democrat Party, Andrew Gillum, who was later revealed to be a crackhead. Is that true? Andrew Gillum do crack? Andrew Gillum crack? I don't know who. He did some crack in Miami Beach. Andrew Gillum on that. I understand very well what people assume. I don't know anything about this. Oh, he was on the intoxicated Gillum on the floor of Miami Beach. 2018 was rough, like a busy week, busy time. He's in the room with two other men. Pog, dude. One of them was suspected of overdosed. Not Pog. Crystal meth? Gillum was not arrested. There was not anything more in person being in the midst of. Oh. He was like, I was lying in my own vomit. Okay, so he almost died in an overdose or something. Cool. I mean, I don't see how that's a bad thing. I mean, I understand why he does. I just didn't know the story. By having two massive rallies with tens of thousands of people at each. Oh, here's where it gets interesting. I also fixed his campaign, which had completely fallen apart. I was all in for Ron, and he beat Gillum. But after the race, when votes were being stolen by the corrupt election process in Broward County, and Ron was going down 10,000 votes a day, along with now Senator Rick Scott, I sent in the FBI and the U.S. attorneys, and the ballot theft immediately ended, just prior to them running out of the votes necessary to win. I stopped his election from being stolen. Now, how in the fuck are you gonna wiggle out of that shit? What do you mean? Brother, that sounds a little bit like some election fixery. That sounds like another case of every Republican accusation is an admission. That sure sounds like something I don't want my president doing. No matter the side. Imagine if Nancy Pelosi did this. Or Biden. Imagine if Barack Obama. I know we always do that with Trump. That's a thing we're forced to do, though. We always go, imagine if the other guy did it. But literally do. I think they'd have killed Barack Obama. How the fuck do you do this? Welcome the Surfs and Lance. Love you, buddy. Appreciate it. Quiet One, thanks for the 22 months. Did you see this? Did you just look at this?
I hope you have a fantastic day.
This happened like probably half an hour ago now, 40 minutes. When was it, an hour? Now 2 hours, I guess. But shut up, you've been raided. Well, how dare you? Hey, thank you for following as well. If you haven't seen this,
it's cold.
That's absolutely bananas. Trump admits to rigging the Florida election. I mean, it certainly sounds like it. I was all in for Ron DeSantis, and he beat Gillum, but after the race, when votes were being stolen by the corrupt election process in Broward County, and Ron was going down 10,000 votes a day, along with now Senator Rick Scott, I sent in the FBI and U.S. attorneys, and the ballot theft immediately ended. just prior to them running out of the votes necessary to win. I stopped his election from being stolen. I don't know how you can read that in any way other than he's admitting to election fraud. Cause we know his when he says votes are being stolen or the elections are being stolen, that just means Democrats are getting more votes. That's what stealing elections is to him. So if you stopped the election from being stolen, what process do you think he stopped? I mean, it's really not a hard. It's not a big leap here, right? Fluffy Bull, Elusive Kev, and the Pope of Atheism. Thanks for following. Yeah, this is nut stuff. Anyway, he's attacking Ron DeSantis throughout this whole thing, and now Ron DeSanctimonious is playing games. The fake news asked him if President Trump runs. Okay, this is just a weird way to. He's hard to read sometimes. The fake news asked him if he's going to run if President Trump runs, and he says, "I'm only focused on the governor's race. I'm not looking into the future." Well, in terms of loyalty and class, that's really not the right answer. Wowzers. He wants to be a mobster so bad, dude. By the way, he's staying right now during the hurricane. If he dies, I said on Twitter I would go to church, and I will. Maybe I can stream from church. And now Ron DeSanctimonious is playing games. This is just like 2015 and 2016 immediate assault collusion. When Fox News fought me to the end until I won.
It has to do.
And they couldn't have been nicer or more supportive. The Wall Street Journal loved low-energy Jeb Bush. Horrender, thanks for 50 biddies. Stealing Florida elections has become a pastime, I see. Apparently. Joe Fox, thanks for the follow. Low-energy Jeb Bush and a succession of other... I just love it that he... Calling him low-energy Jeb Bush. They're not even good nicknames. I think this is why he's the only one that can do it. It's like funny when he does it. Because it's just unhinged shit. Like, they're not low-energy... It's just not clever. It's not... Like, imagine you were playing, like, a fantasy game. And they're like, "Oh, yeah. That there is the legendary Mayor low-energy Jeb Bush." Like, you'd be like... It'd jar you out of the moment. And a succession of other people as they rapidly disappear from sight, finally falling in line with me after I easily knocked them out one by one. We're in exactly the same position now. They will keep coming after us, MAGA, but ultimately we will win. Put America first and make America great again. Wow. I got goosebumps, chat. I got goosebumps from that shit. Can you imagine someone? Okay, you know how like people would like if Beyonce like touched you, you'd cry, you'd be like. Can you imagine being that, but for Trump? Because that person exists. I want you to realize that person exists. The lady in church that faints when she feels the spirit exists for Donald Trump. Imagine. Maybe you don't have to imagine. Maybe you know this person. Maybe you are this person. Anyway, I think Trump's going to probably regret that specific truth that he truthed